Well, anyway, good morning, folks. I believe that this might be working. Of course, my computer's playing games with itself, so I don't know why it's doing what it's doing, but you know, nowadays these computers do whatever they want to do. Just trying to make the best of it. I'm here broadcasting to you from live uh, from beautiful Lockhart, Texas. I'm staying on a friend's ranch and uh, just wanted to talk to you folks out there in Costa Rica Nature Conservatory viewer land. I don't really know where everybody's from that watches Costa Rica Nature Conservatory. I started this channel a number of years ago as a private and personal vlog or video log. It's turned into a couple different things, but now with so much being said about so many things that I normally do not choose to have any comment on, I feel compelled, however, to provide some outlet, some possible information for anybody who wants to see it. And since I'm personally involved in parts of the industry, I think it's neat to see the opinion uh, that other people share about this. And today we have a controversial subject matter, which is Elon Musk. Okay, because Elon Musk is so powerful, so powerful in a lot of ways, uh, but the repercussions of the agenda that some of these people follow is that we get overwhelmed by one side of the story and don't understand that there's a bigger view, and you have to be able to see the bigger view if if you need to. Maybe you don't need to. Maybe out there you don't need to. But for those of you who are interested in a little bit bigger view, I'm going to present this little clip from Whitney Webb uh, in her Bitcoin predictions, and in everything she's talking about. I've seen it coming down the pipelines myself. I'm a cameraman, so sometimes I end up having to film stuff that's private, and I'm not going to say what it is, but I'll tell you that I've heard all of the things that she's said come true, and I've known it for numbers of years. But it's just really kind of interesting to hear her say it. So I'm going to let her play this for you, so you people out in Costa Rica Nature Conservatory can hear what she has to say about Elon Musk. Okay?
My policy tends to be don't trust Wall Street giants because they become that powerful on Wall Street because they, are pretty cutthroat and criminal because that's how you rise to the top of that particular sphere. So the first time I really
I'm going to cut to the part
role at like the CBDC and their private sector
she will
equivalents, for
talk about
example,
Elon
programmable
Musk in a
surveillable
minute.
money, and tied into the digital ID thing. All of this, as is noted in the article, is meant to interface with global carbon markets and the multilateral development banks that Fink has been targeting in particular through GFANs and also BlackRock itself has been pretty focused on them. They're seeking to the World Bank is developing climate wallet functionality and a lot of this other infrastructure on which uh, global carbon markets would rely, and are also sort of attempting to become the main data storage for the digital ID system as well. So a lot of big moves are being made through these institutions for part of this new global financial governance system, as GFANS calls it.
But therefore, Whitney, did you raise your eyes recently when Elon Musk raised the idea of a carbon tax system?
Yeah.
So, a carbon tax system. Basically, it sounds to me like let's install cameras in every place possible. That way we can monitor every single face that walks around, and then we can do basically a character assessment of that face with a whole bunch of attributed values that are based on another person's agenda. So in other words, you're going to have the bank superimpose on you their definition, their political or religious viewpoint, and subjugate you to a resource that they're controlling, allegedly with your permission. You're subscribing to a banking system is now going to be equated to you're subscribing to being alive on this planet, and we're going to tell you how much you're worth. This is astounding. So all of these politicians and all of the repercussions of their rhetoric, okay, their rhetoric, they're basically telling you you're living in a country, you're born in a country, and that country belongs to us now. And you're going to be assigned a value based on what we consider your being a good piece of property, equitable piece of property. You're not going to get anything out of this except that they can say, we'll jail you, or maybe something worse. See, so I think it's profound, okay, the changes here that are going on. And this is why I'm bringing this up, because normally we would consider some people friends or foes based on some political, superficial news that's going on. But it's very important to see the greater picture of where things are going, because you're going to have to make choices. Okay, so I'm just going to back it up a couple seconds so you can hear this question again, and we will jump right on this subject, and then I will end this stream. Okay, thank you.
Through these institutions for part of this new global financial governance system, as GFANS calls it.
But therefore, Whitney, did you raise your eyes recently when Elon Musk raised the idea of a carbon tax system?
Yeah, I wasn't really surprised, because it's a position that Elon Musk has had for some time. You know, that particular tweet you're referring to that was relatively recent is not the first time that he's sort of openly or publicly endorsed the idea of either a carbon tax or carbon markets. He's also endorsed a lot of other things that are supported more broadly by groups like the World Economic Forum, like UBI, for example, and some other policies as well. And, you know, a lot of the success of Tesla, for example, has been related to sort of this ESG push in some ways, and in terms of the idea that we need to replace all fossil fuel consuming vehicles with electric vehicles. And Tesla is obviously the market leader in that, you know, at least in the United States. So he definitely seems to be aligned in significant ways with some of these policies. So I'm not particularly surprised. I mean, in terms of what he says, you know, his rhetoric, he's a lot more, you know, he's very openly anti-woke, quote unquote. But a lot of his policies that he's like promoted are a lot more in line with the woke crowd, the globalist people, and all of that. Even if I think it's more of his opposition is found in sort of the culture war space, not so much on actual policy or economic policy in particular.
Moving deeper into the discussion, the proposals from Larry Fink and the Glasgow.
Okay, folks, that's all this was supposed to be about, was her comments on Elon Musk. And I thank you very much for tuning in. I also would like to let you know that as time has gone on, this channel has turned into something a little bit different purpose. And in the past, I might not have been on camera as much, but this is my channel, and I'm going to make a bigger effort to stay in contact with the viewers of Costa Rica Nature Conservatory that might value the opinions expressed here.